we've got a lot to talk about.
Do you go through it hard when you get your period? Oh my God. I can't. Get out. Oh my God, I gotta do that thing for Nickelodeon. Oh my God. I love you for watching that.
The drama continues between Wendy, Kevin, and Sharina and is becoming heated because Kevin and Wendy's son, Kevin Jr., is also getting involved as he exposed some of the most interesting details about how Kevin and Sharina manipulated Wendy. Would we ever be going to see the end of this feud? Kevin Jr. is finally speaking up, and just like his mom, he's not going to back down in exposing his father and her mistress. They have been doing this for a very long time, and at this point, I refuse to believe that they can do anything else besides extorting money from Wendy. Both of them do not have a job but continue to live extravagant lifestyles, especially Sharina. She would not even be able to enjoy everything that she has right now if not for Wendy's money. She even has the confidence to be out there and flaunt all the luxury items, branded clothes, jewelry, and all the other material things that Kevin gave her using Wendy's money. I mean, being a mistress is not something to be proud of, but here she is having all the time in the world splurging on the money that she did not even work for. Kevin Jr. must have had enough of his father and his drama as well. Even though rumors about Kevin manipulating Wendy is not something new, it is still more believable, especially if it will come from people who likely saw what happened behind closed doors. Kevin Jr. has talked about how Kevin still pushed Wendy Williams to work even though she's having a hard time dealing with Graves' disease. She appeared multiple times in public looking weak and having a hard time walking alone. Fans started to worry about her health when she passed out during one of her filming for her show. She just brushed it off by saying that it must be because she was dehydrated and that it was so hot inside the studio. But she later on revealed that she's battling with Graves' disease. You must have seen lots of her videos where she's crying and talking about how her illness is affecting her life. But Kevin, knowing nothing else but to extort money from Wendy, never once cared about her health.
Really? Really? And our son's in Miami. So I have to be calm on the phone with him, you know, like a loving mother. I have to be happy on the TV every morning live from New York.
During this time, they were still married, and Wendy was also dealing with her alcoholism. Some of you might still remember when Wendy admits that she was in a sober house on one of her episodes. She said that no one else knew about this, not her family or friends, except Kevin. But did Kevin try to help her out of the situation? By the looks of it, Kevin Jr. can attest to the fact that Kevin did not make Wendy's situation better, but instead took advantage of what is happening to her to spend more of Wendy's money on his mistress. Sharina is obviously one spoiled mistress. Money is the ultimate reason why she even got involved with Kevin. She must have thought that she hit the jackpot when they started their affair. She gets everything that she wants, so when Kevin did not divorce Wendy when Sharina pressured him to, Sharina still stayed with him instead of getting away from him as fast as she should. She must have realized that as long as Kevin is married to Wendy, she will also be showered with her money. Sharina did try to start some businesses though, but all of them failed. Whether it was karma for what they did to Wendy or she just does not know how to handle the business, it would not change the fact that she stopped trying, and both Kevin and her did not look for a decent job to support their little family. Kevin Jr. believes that Kevin still has a hold of Wendy during the divorce process. That makes sense because why else would she agree to give a huge amount of alimony to her cheating ex-husband?
It's not still her money when you separate assets and you separate companies and you separate marital property and you decide to sign off on something.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorce.
It is so obvious that she hates him and Sharina, as she was really dragging them down when she already decided to leave him. So it's likely possible that Wendy was suffering so much from her alcoholism during the time that she signed their divorce settlement agreement. If that was the case, it also makes sense that Kevin was so confident that everything was in his favor that he must have neglected a very important detail regarding the severance pay in the document. According to their agreements, if Wendy's contract with their show is not renewed or cancelled, then Kevin agrees that the severance pay is subject to modification or termination. Either he missed this information or he is conveniently forgetting that it exists when he filed the case against Wendy. But before we get deeper into the video, if you love Wendy Williams and want to see more videos about her, then make sure that you subscribe to our channel. I bet that you're excited about how this drama would pan out, so I will always keep you updated. Now, going back to our video, when Wendy had Kevin fired as a producer in the Wendy Williams show, he never tried to find another job again. Possibly because he knows that Wendy will be giving him money every month anyway, so there is no need for a job.
Really? Really? And our son's in Miami. So I have to be calm on the phone with him, like a loving mother. I have to be happy on the TV every morning live from New York.
The alimony must be enough or probably too much for him and Sharina because they are now coming back and wanting more money from Wendy just when she stopped giving them a single dime. Wendy even talked about how she's always on time and giving them this monthly pay, but what really happened that woke her up and made her stop giving Kevin and Sharina the satisfaction of living off of her money? As we all know, Wendy's health just became worse ever since the divorce. She was absent in the last season of her show because she was still trying to get better. That led to the cancellation of the show and the time slot was already given to another host. As I mentioned earlier, there is a limitation to the alimony and Wendy and her legal team must have seen it and decided to take this opportunity to get away from Kevin. When Kevin filed the case claiming that Wendy breached their divorce settlement agreement, he also had some pity party for himself. He said that he is behind on most of his bills and would likely lose his house if Wendy continues to not give him alimony. What kind of dude would rely on the ex-wife to provide for his new family and his mistress? Kevin is on a whole different level. Sharina, on the other hand, is also getting involved even though she has no say in the situation. Many believe that she was behind this case that Kevin filed. Of course, she has to move faster and they have to find a way to get Wendy's money because Wendy is threatening to take away their grand lifestyle sooner or later. The woman is finally getting better and many reports are actually talking about her getting out of the wellness facility already. She would surely have a lot to talk about when the first episode of her podcast drops. Now, Kevin Jr. is giving us more insights, claiming that his father was the reason why his mother had a hard time recovering from her alcoholism. Of course, Wendy is mentally unstable during these times as she could not think and decide clearly, so she's vulnerable, and Kevin took this chance to be free and continue to steal money from Wendy. Kevin's act of trying to look broke is so bad that no one was sympathetic towards him, even the judge. But now that he loses the case, he would likely be broke for real this time. They did Wendy so dirty that the woman lost a lot and suffered so much. Many people are also saying that Wendy might not be perfect and have also made some people suffer because of her show, but when it comes to this debacle against Kevin and Sharina, then they're surely on Wendy's side. It is so clear that Kevin took every chance that he could get to benefit from Wendy's money. He must have thought that he could still manipulate Wendy until now, but that is no longer the case. Besides, Wendy now has a financial guardian because her bank is still not giving her access to her own money. Oh my gosh, looking back, Wendy has dealt with a lot. The divorce process, her mental and physical health, her cheating ex-husband and side piece, cancellation of her show, COVID, and her whole issue with her bank. According to Wells Fargo, they have grounds to believe that Wendy is not of sound mind to make financial decisions. Not everything is bad though, because now she has the upper hand and can easily take down both Kevin and Sharina. The cancellation of her show played out to be in her favor, even though many fans were not happy about the news. It ended up being her way out to stop being involved with Kevin and Sharina. As some of you might recall, recently this year, Kevin hired new high-value lawyers in the hopes that he would win the case if he did so. But even his request for Wendy to pay for his attorney fees had been dismissed, so he got to pay his lawyers. He certainly felt so stupid for doing this. I mean, right now, he should just keep all his remaining money and make it work on his own because Wendy is not playing with them anymore and it looks like she's determined to have nothing to do with this pair. It has been a long time anyway, and if we're Wendy, we would all want to never see this dude and mistress as well. Would we be hearing more juicy information from Kevin Jr.? He is now having his mom's back against his father and Sharina. Just when we thought that this drama is about to end, we welcome a new chapter of it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos.